of Tim Sales. And her and I started to get close on our trip to Tahiti. I just love her. She is a powerhouse. She started this Instagram account from zero, and I was one of her first people to jump on. And I mean, it just started growing like crazy. I think she has over 300,000 people on it. And she is just awesome. She gives great tips and tricks. And so I just asked her to come on and talk to us. Social stuff is where it's at, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And she's got some great tips that she'll share. So I'm glad that you all are on here, and I'm going to pass it over to the beautiful Laura Sales. She's going to take it away and give us some tips that hopefully will really crank our businesses up and we can really explode starting in 2025.
Hey guys, hey everybody. Thank you so much, Ashley and Reese, for having me on your call. Super excited to virtually meet some of your team members. Sounds like Canada's blowing up. That's super, super exciting. Congratulations for all of that success. I have so much that I can train on when it comes to social media. And so I thought I would just do like a high level overview and then open it up for questions because, you know, there's just so much to cover, and I don't want to speak way over everyone's head, and I don't want to not answer the burning questions that you guys might have regarding social media. So I'll just start by telling you what I did to grow my social media account, what I learned, the specific method that I'm using to grow my account and to get in front of, you know, thousands and even millions of people with my Instagram videos. And yeah, I'll just walk you through it, and then you guys can ask any questions that you want. Ashley, I'll let you handle asking the question, like watching for the questions. And then we can just kind of go from there. So as Ashley mentioned, I started my Instagram account back in January of this year. So let me just back up a little bit. Prior to this Instagram account that I have grown to now 270,000 followers, I just had my regular personal Facebook page and my regular Instagram account. That was my personal account that I've had since college, right? And so it had all my friends and my family and just people I had met along the way. And that was what's known as your warm market, right? So these are the people that have been on my Facebook and I've been friends with throughout the years. And, you know, that's how we did a lot of our business building when we first started the company, was using social media and reaching out to our warm market and just using Facebook as a way to, you know, generate leads really for your products and business. And so that's what we did for a very long time. And I didn't really have a strategy. Like I just would post randomly. I just, you know, did what they tell you to do, stay consistent, reply to all the comments, you know, and it was just very basic and nothing too advanced. But I always knew that there was this possibility with social media to really get out there and get in front of thousands and millions of people outside of my small circle of friends and family, right? And at some point, you get to a point in your business journey where you're ready to break out. You're like, okay, I'm ready for what's next. And so the strategy that I've implemented is really that next level when you're ready to break out of the just warm market friends and family. So the strategy that I used was specifically designed for attraction marketing, right? To bring people into my world who do not know me yet. And for me to have the opportunity to build trust and credibility with strangers. Cause you know, it's hard to do that. You know, it's easier to sell a product or talk to somebody who you know, but when you don't know people, you really do have to build that trust and credibility. So in January, I decided that it was time for me to get serious about, you know, becoming an influencer or growing my personal brand, however you want to call it. I still don't love the whole influencer like term because I just think it's ridiculous. But I just decided that I wanted to get serious about social media and I wanted to grow an audience. And so I started a brand new Instagram account. And what I did was, before I even started this account, I sat down and I just said, I'm going to make this work. Like, I'm going to commit to this, because prior I had just randomly posted. I had no strategy. There was no rhyme or reason. I would just randomly do stuff. So I was like, I really want to figure this out. I really want to make this work. So I did a lot of research and I studied a lot of accounts of people who were growing really, really fast and what they were doing and how they were doing it. And I put together just like a game plan. So I created a brand new Instagram account. And the reason I created a new account was because I didn't want this to be part of like, my just my normal friends and family. I wanted this to be something where I could start from scratch and really grow it really fast. And one of the major tips for any social media platform that you guys are going to use, if any of you guys are going to be implementing this, is to pick one topic and really focus on delivering content around that one topic. And so, we sell health and wellness products, right? So your topic could be health and wellness, or your topic could be, making money online or making money with social media. You choose a topic, because when you randomly post about a whole bunch of different topics, it's really confusing to the algorithm. So the algorithm is basically what helps you get your content in front of people. And if you're posting about a bunch of random things and there's really no consistent theme, then your content doesn't have the chance to get seen. It's only going to be seen by your existing followers. So the biggest thing that I did was I decided that I was just going to speak about one specific topic on my Instagram account. And I think that really had a lot to do with how fast I grew, is because it was very specific. And my growth topic was basically social media, how to use social media, how to grow a following, how to use Instagram. And so I created reels that were extremely educational and valuable. So I didn't try to sell in my reels. I think there's obviously a place for selling, right? Like, you want to make money, you want to sell your products, you want to generate leads for your business. But if your objective is to grow your following full of people who don't know you yet, you have to start first by planting the seed, right? You don't just create a reel and ask somebody to buy your thing, because your account isn't going to grow if you're using that as your strategy. So what I like to say, for those of you who are doing like the slenderized system of growth, or you're posting already on social media, is to keep doing what you're doing, because that is a strategy that works. It's duplicatable. Anybody can get started and anybody can do that. And so I don't want you to abandon what's working and go start a brand new Instagram account and start trying to do this. So you keep doing what you're doing, because it's a warm market strategy, the slenderized system of growth, of posting on Facebook twice a day and doing what you guys are doing. But simultaneous to that, or when you have kind of outgrown that method, then this is a really good way for you guys to, branch out and continue to build your business and continue to get sales, is by growing an audience. But you want to make sure that you're providing value to people first. So I just started creating these little reels, which are basically just videos, right? They're like 30-second videos on Instagram. And every platform has some sort of video. I think on Facebook they're called Reels, Instagram they're called Reels, on TikTok they're just, I guess, TikToks. I don't know. I don't use TikTok, so I'm not sure what TikTok calls it. But any of the platforms that you use, video is going to be the best thing for you to do, right? So you have to get over the fear of being on camera, but until you get over that fear, you can always post what I like to say is B-roll video. So that's just video of maybe like you in the kitchen cooking your healthy meal, and you're not even talking to the camera. You're just making your meal. You're just doing what you're doing, and you're recording it. And then when you go to post it on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, you can just put text over the video that says some sort of valuable tip, like, here's what I make for breakfast every single day, which helped me lose 20 pounds last month, right? And then that's what you put in your video, and that's going to attract people who want to lose weight. So now you're attracting people who will eventually be interested in purchasing your product or becoming a prospect for your business. So you want to make sure that the content you put out is actually attracting the people who you would want to buy your product or join your business. So you create a little video, you provide value, and then you start conversations with people. They're going to start commenting, what did you eat for breakfast? And then you give them what you ate, and how did you lose 20 pounds? And you're going to automatically, while you're growing your audience, people are going to start asking you more and more questions. And those, I call that the back end. So on the front end, you want to have just value in your videos. You just want to create these videos that are engaging, they're intriguing, they cause people to be curious, like, what is she doing? What is she making? Or how did she lose all that weight? You know, you can show before and after pictures. The whole idea is that you're just creating a valuable piece of content that you're putting up around a specific topic, which is weight loss or health and wellness. And then you're attracting people, you're attracting those types of people into your world so that you can continually build a relationship with them through social media and take them through the process of eventually becoming a customer or, you know, a business partner. So that's really in a nutshell, like the full thing. I will say that you definitely have to have a mindset shift of using social media for business. Like that was my biggest shift. Like my mindset shift was like, okay, social media is no longer like my personal thing. I'm going to use this as a business tool. And so just like any business, you have to be consistent with it. You have to show up, you have to put in the work. And when you first start creating the content, it's not easy. You know, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to like hit the upload button, you know, and I accidentally would like post a video that I didn't even mean to upload. And I was like, what am I doing? So it takes a while to just like get used to it. But if you commit to it and you're consistent with it, you'll continuously get better and better and better. And so it's been 10 months since I've been implementing the strategy, and my following is growing extremely fast. And you also start to build momentum. So I've posted a reel almost every single day since I started. There's been a couple days where I've taken off, but if I take off a day, then I'll post two the next day. Like I've always post at least one reel on average a day. And that's insane for me to even say, guys, because I'm not kidding. Before this, I would post once every 3 months, maybe. Like I was not consistent with posting. And the main reason was because I didn't know what to post about. I felt like I have nothing going on. Like, how do I show, what am I supposed to post today? Or, you know, people are sick and tired of seeing the same thing over and over. And that was one of my biggest challenges, is I just didn't know what to post. But what I realized since implementing this was that the real reason I wasn't posting was because I wasn't treating it as a business and I didn't have a strategy. And I also I didn't nail it into one specific topic. Because here's the thing, when you choose one topic to focus on, when you make that decision that I'm going to talk about this topic on my social media, you almost have like endless ideas around that one topic. But when you're like, oh, well, I'm going to post about my lifestyle, I'm going to post about, you know, business, I'm going to post about mindset, I'm going to post about blah, blah. It's like you wake up and you're just like, I have no idea what to post, right? It's too scattered. You have to pick one thing and go with that one thing. And obviously, whatever one thing you choose has to be in alignment with your business. So the reason I chose the topic I chose, which is how to use Instagram and how to monetize Instagram, is because the people who I attract, those are the same type of people who would want to do network marketing, right? Because what we do is we're using social media to earn income, right? So it's very in alignment. And so that's what you guys need to do, is figure out what topic can you speak about that's going to be in alignment with whatever your goal is. Is your goal to sell products? Is your goal to, you know, obviously we in network marketing, it's like you have both. You want to sell products and you also want to get business partners, right? But with the system, it's like you get the customer first and then you convert them into business partners. So you could start with just talking about the topic of health and wellness and giving tons of valuable tips. And then, you know, after you get into conversations with people, when they're ready to buy the product, you can have that conversation of the business with them. And then you're killing two birds with one stone. You're still sticking to that one topic for your social media, but you're still able to talk business on the back end, if that makes sense. And then one more tip I want to give before we ask questions is all of the content, 90% of the content that I've created. Well, okay, I'm gonna back up for a second. The reason my account has grown so fast is because I've posted a reel every single day. I think I've posted like 300 reels, and 25 of those reels went viral. And what that means is that they reached over 500,000 people. So between 500,000 and 2 million people saw these reels of mine. And then from there, they become a portion of those people become followers if they like what they see. If they watch one of my videos and they're like, oh my gosh, this was mind blowing, I'm going to follow her. That's how I got all these followers so quickly. So then I'm like the type of person that like, I want to do what's working. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I'm just like, give me the shortcut. I mean, not the shortcut, but like, just tell me what works. And so once I started seeing that these reels were going viral, I'm like, wow, that's what I need to be focusing on, is creating reels that go viral. Because people can post for 15 years on Facebook or Instagram trying to grow their account, and they might get to 10,000 followers if they're lucky. But what I saw was that if you go viral with a reel, you can grow extremely quickly. So then my entire strategy became, how do I go viral? So then I started doing market research. I just started seeing what other reels on Instagram are going viral. And then I would look at those reels and analyze them. And if it was a woman in the kitchen, sweeping her floor, and she said, how to get a bunch of followers on Instagram, like whatever it was, I would take that was successful, and then I would recreate my own around that same thing. So I wasn't copying people, but I was definitely taking what I see is working and recreating that. So that's where I would recommend you guys starting, is not just trying to think of like, oh my gosh, like what type of video should I create? It's like, go into Instagram, pull up the search bar, type in whatever topic, health and wellness, weight loss, whatever it is, and see what reels are already getting like millions of views, and then learn from those reels to create your own. So that'll give you guys a big advantage if you start there.
So that's perfect. So that's what they did when they did the system of growth, right? Like they went and saw who was doing the system of growth, who was posting all this stuff, what was working, and then kind of went, and that's what they copied.
And that's what they built. That's how
Right.
the system of growth, the girls, Christus, Ashley, Robin Perone, all these, they were doing this and posting it and were successful doing it. So then the ones that, as Laura said, they went and studied. That's Todd, David, those guys studied what these girls were doing, put it into a system, and then another team put it into boards, and that's what we have. But studying that's probably the biggest tip that I've taken from that is, it's like, go study
what's
reels.
working, and then you do that, but put your own spin on it, which is what you've done.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
I have a question. What about, I get people that ask all the time, what about hashtags? Tell us what you think about hashtags, what you found out, and what works, or if there's even a point of even putting them on your stuff.
Yeah, totally. So I used to stress about hashtags because I'm like, oh my gosh, what hashtags do I use, and blah, blah, blah. And then I saw a video that the CEO of Instagram put out, and he basically was saying that hashtags are not going to make a difference in your content and whether or not they get out and get views. So when I heard him say that, I was like, really? Oh my gosh, like everybody talks about hashtags. And so I think it's because the algorithm and the software is getting smarter and smarter. And so it doesn't necessarily need a hashtag, but it does need, in your video, if you're speaking on the video, you have to use words that are known as keywords. So words that are relevant to your topic. So weight loss, health and wellness, whatever the words are, right? Whatever you would normally think to put as a hashtag, you're going to be saying that in your video. Or if you're not speaking in your video and it's a B-roll video, then you're going to have those in the text of whatever you put over the video. And then when you go to write your caption, which is just an elaboration, I always say don't skip out on the caption, because the caption is an elaboration of the video. The video is to attract the person and pull them in. And then they're like, okay, but I kind of want to know more, so then they read the caption, and in the caption, you can put all of the keywords, but hashtags on their own aren't going to make a difference.
That's good to know. Had no idea.
Yeah. So I went through a long phase where I didn't use hashtags, because after I heard this, I was like, what's the point? And I kind of tested it to see, and there was no difference. When I first started my account, I thought you needed hashtags. So I always put hashtags on my reels. And then when I heard this, I was like, okay, let me stop putting hashtags and I'll see if it works. I'll see if my reels keep going viral. And they did. And then I just recently started using hashtags again, almost as like just for the heck of it. I think it could potentially help the algorithm understand your content better, but it's not going to, because you used a hashtag, push out your reel to more people, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I don't
Gotcha.
think it's going to hurt you, but it's not going to help you. So it's kind of like use them if you want to.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Seeing if there's any more questions. Somebody's asking about the system of growth. I'm going to let him answer that.
I saw one.
Just
I saw one above that said, "So what's the anatomy of your?"
yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead with that, Laura.
So I'm not quite sure what exactly that means. But what I can basically say, and hopefully this answers the question, if while I'm talking, if you want to clarify it, just in case, that'd be awesome. Stephanie, is it? Okay. So the anatomy of my reel is I always have a hook. And a hook is the thing that's going to cause the person to stop the scroll, right? Because they're on their phone, they're like, and they stop. And so the hook, it's called a hook in marketing, is whatever that thing is. It can be a very shocking video. It can be a shocking statement. It can be a shocking headline, like the text on the screen. It doesn't have to be shocking. It can be intriguing. It can be aesthetically pleasing. It's anything that grabs a person's attention. So I always start with a hook, and I always look to see what hooks are already going viral. And I'll give you an example. I just posted a reel. This is probably going to be my most viral reel I've ever done in my life. I can't even actually believe the results of this thing. So I posted a reel like a week and a half ago, and it's something I would have never thought of on my own. But when I was doing my research, I saw that this reel had gotten like, I don't even know, tens of millions of views. And I had noticed that other creators were also doing it, right? So it wasn't just this one reel. It was like, this was like a common theme. And what it was is Instagram is tracking you. And then it shows you how to change your settings on your phone so that they're no longer sharing your personal data with other websites or apps, right? I would have never thought to do this on my own in a million years, but I'm like, let me just try this and see what happens. So I did this video. I said, Instagram is tracking you and here's how you can stop it. And then I just turned on my phone and I showed them how to go through the phone and turn on the settings. And it already has over 1 million views. And I've gotten 3,000 new followers from that reel. And this was like a week and a half ago. And so again, I look to see what's already working, right? Because it's already working for a reason. And then I just recreate it myself. So back to the anatomy, you always have a hook, and I recommend doing research to find what hooks are going viral. And then you have the video itself, and then you just decide, is this going to be a video where you're talking to the camera? Or if you're not comfortable talking to the camera, giving tips or whatever, then you can film a video of you doing something. You can be walking in the park. You can be walking your dog. You can be in your kitchen cooking. You can be taking your supplements. There's people on the team who just did these little videos of them taking the drops with this music playing, and over the screen it was like, how I lost 40 pounds, as a woman who struggles to lose weight. And then in the caption, she told this very relatable story about how she went to the doctor and, it wasn't looking good and all her numbers were horrible and she didn't know what she was going to do. And so that whole story was relating to every woman who has been struggling to lose weight. And that reel went viral. She had over 1 million views. She grew her account by like 20,000 followers, and she generated a ton of leads for the drops, because she said in her video, comment info down below and I'll send you exactly what I did. And so people were so curious. They're like, what is this thing that she's using? And how did she lose all this weight? And then she like went like that. Her little before and after picture popped up. So anyways, the video, you want to film the video itself, and then you have your hook. And then in the caption, you elaborate on the video. And I always provide extra value, extra tips, extra information in the caption, because once they watch your video, it's like, okay, cool, what's next? And then the caption is where you really have that opportunity to give them more value, tell your story, make it relatable, and then ask them to take action. So take action can be like and share this video, save this video for later, because you want the engagement, right? So you always ask for engagement. In every single one of my reels, I say, comment down below if you want XYZ, or I say, save this and follow for more. And the reels that I do not do that, my engagement tanks. I have nobody comments and there's like very little engagement. So you have to ask for the engagement. And the engagement, which is people liking, commenting, sharing it, saving it, that is what tells the algorithm, okay, this is a good piece of content. We're going to send it out even further. So you definitely want engagement. And the way you get engagement is you create reels that create curiosity or provide a ton of value, because people want to save the reels that have a ton of value, because they're like, oh my gosh, they have to watch it like 10 times to even like absorb it all. And then they want to save it because they're like, I need this for later. Okay. So that's basically what I do in all of my reels.
All right, Ash, you got several questions to pop up.
And I don't know where to start.
Carrie asked, Carrie is a TikTok. She's one of our team that she's got like 13,000 on her TikTok. And she's like, how can I use my TikTok? Just create a new niche, or what would you recommend for that? I know you don't do TikTok, but the same thing.
But it's the same thing. I mean, if you already have 13,000 followers, I mean, are the followers that you currently have about a different thing? Like, what's your current TikTok? I would say whatever your current TikTok account is about, if it's in relation to your business, then just keep doing that, because you want to keep your followers. The only reason I started a new account was because my current followers, they just weren't going to engage with my content, right? Like, they had been seeing my posts for 10 years. I wasn't getting any engagement. Like, they either bought the products or joined the business or weren't going to. And so I was like, I want a new, I want a new thing here, right? And I still post on my personal one, and I'll still get the sales for the skinny drops. And I still use that for sure. It's still valuable to continue to talk to your warm market. But I was like, okay, I need this I have a bigger vision for where I want to go. So.
And then Jill's asking, does this strategy play into your conversion of getting customers and brand partners?
Can you give a real life scenario? Yeah.
You are getting customers and partners from this.
Yeah. So what I do is I talk about on my Instagram account, on the front end in my reels, all you will see are tips and tricks about Instagram. Okay. Then, because that's what's growing my account, that's the machine on autopilot that's pulling in all these people. And so I don't do a reel that's like, hey, want to buy my drops or join my business? No, I only do reels that are based around a valuable topic, tips and tricks around this concept of growing your Instagram account. Then I have my email list. So people are getting onto my email list because they want to learn how to grow their Instagram account and how to make money. So now I have an email list that at any time I want to do a promotion for a business presentation to work with me personally, I can email my entire list and say, hey, I'm doing a presentation on Friday night where I'm showing people exactly how they can make money on social media, and I'm going to mentor a small group of people. And then I have people respond to that and say, I want to come, I want to come, I want to come. And now I have these people on a business presentation where I can show them the Slenderized system of growth. Separate from that, so that's just my email list. And that's more of an advanced strategy. Like, I've got automation set up. Like, I have this whole like email autoresponder thing, and there's tools that will do all of that. But you don't even need all of that. You can, in the DMs, once somebody has become a follower and they've commented on your reels and you're in your stories, in the stories, you can talk about whatever you want, right? So you do your reels about this one topic. It brings a bunch of people into your world. In your stories, you're showing your lifestyle behind the scenes. You're showing that you're running your own business and that you have these amazing health products, and you share the products in the stories. And then when in the stories, when you say, reply to this story with drops, and I'll show you what these are all about. Now you have DMs. So it's like a 3-step thing. You have the reels that are bringing the people in your world. You have your stories. Now they're watching the behind the scenes and they're becoming interested. And then they comment, which goes into your DMs. If somebody comments on a story on Instagram, it automatically creates a DM message for you. So you create a story that's talking about the drops or your story or whatever it is. And then when they comment to that story, now you're in a DM conversation with them, and you're just going through your scripts. You're going through your inviting them to the presentation or getting on with your, like, whatever process it is that you guys are doing. It's just a lead generation thing to bring them into what you're already doing that's working, right? So
There was somebody asking if you post about drops, should you post about the business as well? And I think that can kind of be, it can kind of go back and forth, right?
Yeah, and
With each other.
keep in mind that you know, we're not saying don't do the system of growth things, because the system of growth works. We want to keep our team doing the system of growth. This is how to expand your following. This is how to get people engaged above and beyond.
Yes,
We want to tie the system back into it. So, but Laura she's the fastest grower of anybody in the company, as far as, and then beyond that, as far as getting people on her page. And then of course you see what her and Tim do as far as the building of the business that they do. So just again, this isn't replacing the system of growth or anything like that, but we want to make sure that we can build our following so we can reach more people. You know, like Laura said, we've all tapped our warm market for the most part. We've got to start building.
We need something above that.
Yes.
But for that question, I think from what you're saying, if I'm correct, is that if you're posting about drops, like doing the little drop, clips, that ties into the business, right? Because they're wanting to know what that is.
Yeah, because so in the reel, you're posting about the drops, right? It's not drops and business. You're just posting about the drops. So it's either or. You're either like, hey, I have this viral product that I'm making a ton of money on, message me, and you're pulling somebody in who wants to make money, which I don't really recommend that, because I don't think it's going to work as well as, this product is helping tons of people lose tons of weight, and everyone's like, what is it? And then it's the what is it part that allows you to bridge over into the business. Yep. So the reels will always be, I call them growth content. And so what Reese just said, it's how you grow a following is with your reels. But as soon as those people come into your world and they're followers, now you're talking about in the stories or in the DMs, you can talk about that it's a business, because when they reach out to you for more information, it's one of the first things you usually say, right? Well, I can sign you up and you can get a discount, or if you just want to try the product. So yeah, you do talk about the business, but not on the front end, not with the reels, because otherwise they're not going to become a follower. The only reason a person actually hits follow is because the video that they saw was intriguing. They went to your page, they saw all your other videos, and they said, I want to follow this person because I'm going to learn more about weight loss or about her journey. They don't just become a follower because they saw your video. There has to be a sticking factor that causes them to say, I want to follow this person for more. And so,
yeah, and I was just going to say, and what we're talking about is two separate things: reels versus posts. Posts are going out to just your friends. Very few people outside of your friends list are going to see that unless you're tagging other friends. Then their friends. Reels go out to everybody, and then it's based on that algorithm that Laura keeps talking about, that she's creating the drive. More people watch it. The right things are said, so it goes out to these people that have been looking at this or that. So that's how you generate that. You hit those keywords. So this is getting followers to your page, and then they can see the system of growth.
Yeah, exactly. And so the system of growth comes into play as soon as you get that person who says, I'm interested. Now you're following the scripts and the system and sending them the before and after pictures and all of that stuff. So you're still using it. You're just, the beginning part is, it's a little bit different because you're bringing in new people who aren't your current friends.
Which is what we're all trying to do, right? Reach those people that are way out there that we can't seem to get to.
And there was a question about what is the system of growth. I know is it digital or whatnot. So we've got some new people on here. Get with your upline, make sure that they've got you loaded in boards. That's our system of growth. It's our posting of the drops, and it's set by Dr. Crystal and Ashley Paulson's actually on here. They created the boards in a way that the post work to create FOMO. They create a want for the drops. They see the drops. Then, hey, I've got the drops. It is a system that has been proven, and we have seen it just blow up. It's really the unicorn that everybody looks for in the network marketing business. And we have it, and it's a system of growth, and it's free. So make sure you get with your upline. If you don't have somebody to get with us, and we'll get you all taken care of.
Yeah, and it works for everybody. You don't have to be like a big, huge social person. It will do it for you. Like it literally does it for you, which is amazing.
Yeah. All right, we got more questions.
Somebody was asking the difference in posting a reel versus a story. Can you just tell the difference for people that are just kind of starting out here?
Yeah. So a story, well, I'll start with a reel. So this is my Instagram account. And each one of these posts is a video. These are all videos, and those are all reels, and they stay on my page. If you go to my Instagram account, you'll see all these videos. And then a story is up here. I know it's like a little bit blown out. A story is like, if you click this little bubble right here, you'll see like the stories, and these are just posts that disappear after 24 hours. And the stories are only being shown to your current followers. Reels will go out to people who are not following you through Instagram. They'll just, a random reel, I'm sure you guys have noticed, you're not following this person, and then a reel pops up and you're watching this person's reel. So reels are videos that stay on your page forever until you delete them. And then stories are kind of like behind the scenes, only your followers are seeing your stories, and they go away after 24 hours.
So you're doing 1 reel per day.
Mm-hmm.
And then what about your stories? Are you doing at least 1 to 2 stories per day?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people at least 1 to 3 stories a day, but I just post whatever I feel like posting in my stories that day. And I definitely try to post in stories every single day, but it doesn't always happen.
But definitely 1 reel per day, because you were kind of, when we were on our trip to Tahiti, she was like, I haven't posted today. Like she had to get her
It's
reel.
like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, I haven't posted my reel. I have to go back to the room. Everybody's going to karaoke. And I'm like, bye guys, have to go post my reel for the night.
You missed it.
But it pays off. Look at what it is.
That's true.
And that's one thing, like she didn't have all this equipment, taking videos and all that, literally doing all this from her phone.
Yeah.
Carrie asked, do you use any programs for your reels? Do you use any editing or anything like that? Or you just use what?
Yeah, I do. I use CapCut a lot, which is a free app. And I might pay for I think I pay for the pro version because it allows you to do more stuff. But it's incredible. It's so user-friendly. I mean, I say that when you first start, you're going to be like, what the heck is this? But it's easier. In my opinion, it's easier than using Instagram to edit your reels. So I do all the editing in CapCut, and then I export it, and then I put it into Instagram.
Okay. And then somebody's asking about Facebook versus Instagram. Do you do Facebook, or do you just stick with Instagram?
I'm only doing Instagram right now. Now my Instagram I don't know if my Instagram account is connected to a Facebook page because for ManyChat. So ManyChat is it's a software that you can connect so that when people comment, it will automatically reply for you. So I don't have to go in and comment on every single person's DM or comment. So in order for me to hook up ManyChat, I had to have a Facebook page, not my personal profile page, but like a new business Facebook page that I just named the same as my Instagram account, which is just my name, Laura Sales Social. And I connected those two. And so when I post on Instagram, I have it set up to where it automatically posts on Facebook, but it's not growing. It's because my content is all about Instagram, right? So it's very specific to the Instagram app. So it's like, I wouldn't do TikTok with my Instagram videos because it just doesn't make sense. So I don't know, I might have 40 followers on my Facebook page. So I'm not building that page, but it's growing by default just because they're somehow coming across my reels, because when I post my reel on Instagram, it's showing up in reels on Facebook. So I do recommend doing that, because then you can be, doing 2 at once. You're just creating at one time and it's going to Facebook. And then I do have my personal Facebook and my personal Instagram, which I will post on here and there, about the drops or whatever it is that I want to post about on there.
Okay, good to know.
How do you search content gaps or high performing content on Instagram?
So when you log into Instagram, you'll see a little search bar at the bottom of the screen. So it's like this little magnifying glass right there. I know you guys can't see that, but anyways, you click on it and then it's basically a search bar, and you type in. Sometimes you have to play around with it, because the first thing you type in, you might get some really weird reels and you're like, this is not. So I had to really play around with it. Like weight loss, first of all, when you go to type in the search bar, it's going to give you, just like Google does, it automatically starts pulling up things people are searching for. So it might say weight loss meal prep, weight loss transformation, weight loss for women, weight loss for hormones. So then you're like, okay, now you're getting more specific, which I do recommend getting as specific as possible. So the girls, there's some girls that are having some success doing this in our company, and they're using weight loss, women's weight loss and hormones or something. So they're kind of tying in the hormone conversation to make it different than just regular weight loss, like diet and calorie restriction, right? So you want to get kind of specific with it. And the best thing to do is whatever works for you, like whatever you relate to. If you're going through menopause and you had a really rough time and these drops allowed you to lose weight and feel better and all those things, then you should go into that topic because you can relate to them. You can relate to these women.
Yeah.
If it was that you had, had cortisol, you were just super stressed, you worked, 12-hour shifts, and, if it's that type of thing, then you want to go out with those kind of topics. Weight loss for busy professionals. I don't know. So you want to get more specific so that you can really relate to the people who see your videos, because when a person sees your video and they're like, that's me, that's when they become a follower. So you want to tell your story and just attract the people who are most like you. So you go to the Instagram search bar, you type in the topic, and then it's going to give you a whole bunch of posts, but you'll see a category called Reels. You kind of have to scroll over and you'll see a thing that says Reels. You click on it and then it's only going to show you Reels. And then you scroll through and it'll show you the amount of views on all those Reels. And I only look at the ones that are over 1 million views. So it's going to show you all the Reels that are in that topic, but you want to pay attention, and you might even start seeing a common theme, like, oh wow, I've seen this before, because people, this is a strategy people use. They recreate Reels that are going viral. So you'll see a bunch of people have created this same thing, and then once you find a Reel that has the 1 million views, you go to that person's profile and you look at their other videos. So now it's like next level market research. So now you're seeing how many followers does this person have? What does their content look like? How are they growing their account? Sometimes people go viral and it's just a one-off reel and they got lucky and they have no strategy, and you go to their page and you're like, I don't even know what's going on here. Don't copy those people. You want to look at the ones who are having success and they have a bunch of followers and their content is all consistent. And then you can start going through their content and saying, okay, they're always posting about I don't know, hormones. And then if that relates to you, then that's what you post about. So.
I know you kind of talked about it earlier, but somebody's asking a little bit clarity on, would you start, like, would you keep what you got? Of course, with the system of growth, I say keep what you got, keep posting there. But then as far as creating an account for followers and trying to generate followers, would you start a new business account over your personal account?
I would say that this is what it's going to boil down to. That you're going to be posting, if you do this strategy, you're going to be posting once a day about this one topic. If your current followers are going to get sick and tired of seeing your post every single day, they're not going to engage with it, they're not your people, like you're just like, no, these people are not going to, then yes, start a brand new account. But if you're someone who like already has a large following and they're engaging with all your stuff and they love, it doesn't matter what you post, they're like there for it, then you can just say, hey, I'm switching. Like if you already have like the person who has 13,000 followers, you might want to just let them know you're going in a new direction. But if you just have random followers and they're not really there for any particular reason, I would say start a new account. That's kind of why I started my new account.
You can still keep that old one, like for your friends and family, right? And still have all the cute pictures, but you just want to focus on a business side.
Again, this is growing. This is to grow a cold market. This is making a cold market a warm market, because your personal Facebook page right now is your warm market. And that's what we're all attacking with the system of growth. But we've got to create, if we want to keep the system rolling, we've got to create new people and new eyeballs on it. So, and that's what this is about.
Fresh blood. We need fresh blood.
Yes, exactly. I mean, like I said, we've been in this company for 13 years now, and we've been using social media and promoting, and Tim has a YouTube channel. And so we've done like a ton of different methods in order to grow the business. So this was just for me kind of like a new thing that I wanted to branch out. And then I started helping some of the girls on another team they had already had Instagram accounts, but they saw what I was doing and they're like, do you have any tips for me? I'm like, yes, only talk about the drops, post once a day, make sure you have a good hook. Like I gave them these like certain tips and they started doing it. And then their accounts were blowing up. They were getting all these leads and they were making sales with it. So I was like, wow, this totally works. Anyone who wants to just create an Instagram account and start creating content every single day can attract an audience. It's going to take consistency, some groundwork, just to figure out what your topic is and doing the research on the reels and then creating the content and then being consistent with it. But really, one of your reels can pop off at any time and bring in 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers. And so it's a good strategy just to get in front of new people. And you'll always have your warm market and you'll always reach out to your warm market and you'll always post on your regular Facebook page.
Yep.
But if you want a new fresh blood, then yeah, I would recommend starting a new one.
I love it. Very awesome. Great tips. This was exciting.
I'm typing in chat. Sorry.
He's chatting. We did not record, but what now? Did we?
Yeah, we recorded.
Oh, perfect.
I did record. It's recorded. I'll have Sarah Weaver. She'll send it out to all the normal channels, the IPA. We'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Of course, make sure you're on the IPA calls tomorrow. Let's see real quick.
So Stephanie Wilson asked, she said, since I've been in for 22 months, it was one that they went after for posts on social media. I have an album in Facebook. I put all my posts in, but on Instagram, I keep my original. So keeping it, I can just pick up with it and try these tips. Yeah, definitely. Because if you've already been posting about this topic a lot, and everyone's seeing like you're the person to go to for weight loss. It's not like a total shift where they're like, whoa, what are these random posts? Like if you were some professional in another totally different industry and your people on your page knew you for that thing, and then all of a sudden every single day you're posting a reel about this like totally new thing, it might be a little odd, but that's what we're doing with the Slenderized System of Growth anyway. So I don't really see why, it's that different. But yes, you can definitely, keeping your current one is totally fine as well.
And then somebody's asking, what are the two things that you used for posting? I think the cap cut was one. Yeah. And then what was the other?
Was there something else?
There was something else that you used when people sent you
something. That one's called ManyChat. I'll put it in the chat. And all ManyChat is it's kind of like a middleman. So you connect ManyChat to your Instagram account. And then whenever anybody comments on an Instagram post, whatever you told ManyChat to say, it will say it for you so that you don't have to go in and do it.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that was all the questions for the most part. This was great. We should do this again, like round 2.
Yeah,
for sure.
And somebody did say, like, so you're saying not to do drop. No. We want to make sure we're doing stuff that we can, if your focus is selling drops and that's what you want to do, then you point people back to the drops. So that's with doing weight loss. That's with doing hormone balancing. And that's your topic you focus on. Laura they're true. I mean, they've been building this business for a long time. They are business builders. So they're using the system of growth in some avenues, but they're also doing more of the business approach. So it is absolutely, when you start your channel, you just don't want a bunch of different things. You want one single thing, but then something that pulls it back to the drops, or if that's what we're focused on.
Yeah, if I were just starting out and I just signed up and I were you guys, I would take the products, get amazing results, and I would start doing reels showing your process of how you got those results. If you went on a walk, you're going to show yourself going on a walk. If you're taking your drops, you're going to show yourself taking your drops. So you're sharing the journey of how you're losing weight. If you've already lost the weight, even better, because you're going to share your testimonial and your story and how these products changed your life. And so I would focus on weight loss, like weight loss transformation, my weight loss journey, tips and tricks. So I would give valuable tips of like, I mean, everybody figures out their own thing. They're like, I figured out that if I walked every single night after dinner, whatever, it's like everybody has their own little thing that helped them get through the process, and you share those tips and somebody else is like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Even meals are the best, because you're like, that's the most stressful part about going on a weight loss program, is like what you're going to eat. And when somebody else figured out like the easiest hack to get in your protein, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to follow that person. Like I started following all these people because they were talking about how to get 100 grams of protein in a day. So they picked the topic, how to get 100 grams of protein in. All of their reels were just different protein meals. But that totally relates to the drops, because if I'm someone who's trying to get in protein, I most likely am also trying to lose weight. And then they show me the drops, and I've already been following them. They create the most like valuable content. I'm learning so much from them. And then they share this product with me. I'm totally going to buy the product. So I would for sure start out with product, like not even the product. Don't create reels about the product. Create reels about the topic. What is the result somebody wants? They want to lose weight. They want to feel more confident. They want to have more energy. So you create reels around that topic, and then the solution is the drops.
It's perfect.
Awesome. I think that's a good way to close it out there.
Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight. That was amazing.
And tell
Yes,
Tim, thanks for being the supportive husband, taking care of the kids and all that while you're on Zoom. So
yeah, exactly.
No, we thank you so much, Laura. We love you guys, and they've become such good friends of ours, and such good people for this company. Thank Tim a lot for what we see in this company and the culture that we have in this company. Tim and Laura are at the top of that.
And it's so cool that we're all like on y'all's team. Like you're our upline. I love that.
Yeah. This business is so amazing, because it's just like everybody helps each other. And even if you guys weren't in our downline, we would still totally help you guys, just like you guys help a ton of people as well. And it's the nature of this business, and that's why it's so incredible. So thank you so much for having me. Anytime you want me to come on, let me know.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thanks guys for jumping on tonight.
See you guys.
Bye.
Guys, thank
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.